Happy Sabbath. Happy Sabbath. Happy Sabbath to all my Israelites out there who listening to my voice, scattered across the four corners of this very big old earth that we are living on. Today, we are doing Genesis 26 and family. Whoo! When I tell you I'm living this book, I'm living this book because the Most High showed me some things this week. Woo! And then it mirrored perfectly with Genesis 26. I am in a season of separation yet again. I'm solo again, family. As you can see, the format is different. It's just me again. I was forced to separate and purge my ministry back to zero. And through this chapter, Most High showed me why he had to do it. He showed me, family, that the most of these Israelites that are in this truth are not ready for prime time. They may say it, but their actions betray them. Their mindset betrays them. When it comes to working in his vineyard, don't nobody want to work in it. They'll watch other people work, like at the construction sites and whatever. You got somebody working and then you got other people just watching him work. That's what it is. I'm working in his vineyard and I'm trying to throw shovels and everything out there to people to help me in the vineyard. Nobody want to grab a shovel and help. So the Most High said, get rid of them. Purge them out. Had a courtship. I had to end that too. All in the same week, family. This all happened over the span of a couple days. This chapter is going to show you why it happened. Because maybe this is something happening in your life. If you are listening and you are part of that purge, just know it ain't nothing personal. The Most High has me on a new path, new direction. And you'll see that in this chapter. So without further ado, I am going to be reading, because it's just me, Genesis 26. We're going to start with verses 1 through 6. And it reads, and there was a famine in the land. Beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. And the Lord appeared unto him and said, go not down into Egypt. Dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and I will bless thee. For unto thee and unto thy seed I will give all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father. And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and will give unto thy seed all these countries. And in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because that Abraham obeyed my voice, and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. And Isaac dwelt in Gerar. Now look at this. We got another damn famine, just like the one in Abraham's time. But pay attention. This ain't about physical hunger, family. The Most High is showing us something deeper. Just like Isaac faced the famine, look at our situation today. Spiritual famine in these congregations. Famine of true understanding. Famine of righteous leadership. This is exactly what I faced in my congregation that I had to purge. No real spiritual food, just emotional manipulation. Surface level understanding. Lukewarm. Complacency. No true growth. Look what Amos 8:11 has to say. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land. Not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. That's Amos 8:11. And what did Isaac do? He went to Abimelech. He sought refuge somewhere else. Just like I had to separate myself from that dead situation that I was in. Notice, Isaac didn't stay and suffer, try to fix what the Most High was destroying. Let emotional attachments keep him bound. Some of y'all are starving spiritually because you won't leave these dead situations. I was in this situation for a whole year. I've had this ministry. I've had it for a year and some months. Getting voicemails from people crying about hurt souls while they're serving you spiritual junk food. Proverbs 27:7 says, the full soul loatheth an honeycomb, but to the hungry soul every bitter thing. Every bitter thing is sweet. Most High is saying if you had a nut to eat, honey doesn't taste good. But if you are really hungry, you will eat anything. Ain't that true, family? This is why all these people up in these churches, they'll eat anything because they're spiritually hungry. Eat all these false doctrines. Like Pac-Man out there just gobbling up those balls. Gobbling up that false doctrine. Gobbling up that lukewarmness. Gobbling up that complacency. So when the Most High shows you there's a famine, you move like Isaac did. Don't look back like Lot's wife. Don't let emotions keep you bound. You hear what I'm saying, family? Don't let emotions cloud your judgment, because it did with me. I stayed longer than I had to because of my own emotions. Most High don't care about your feelings. If he tells you to get out of something, get out of it and don't look back. Because look at verse 2. The Lord appeared to him and told him, go not down into Egypt. Israel, look at this. Even in the midst of the famine, the Most High gave specific instructions. He told Isaac, don't go to Egypt. This is exactly what's happening with me. What I was dealing with. Lukewarm congregation. Woman with worldly mindset. Emotionally manipulative voicemails. Y'all put something on my heart. My soul hurts. Emotional blackmail, family. Y'all told me to get out of here. But I'm letting you know this as a testimony, family, for what I'm going through, because maybe you're going through the same thing. The Most High said don't go back to Egypt. What's Egypt represent, family? Worldly comfort, emotional bondage, false security. Because look what he said in Deuteronomy 17:16. Look what he said through Moses. Again, that's Deuteronomy 17:16. He said, but he shall not multiply horses to himself, nor cause the people to return to Egypt, to the end that he should multiply horses. For as much as the Lord hath said unto you, ye shall henceforth return no more that way. Let me break it down. The woman I was courting, that was Egypt, wanted me to compromise, barely showing affection, acting righteous on the outside, but worldly in mind. That congregation, Egypt, surface level understanding, complacency, spiritual laziness, no real spiritual growth, emotional manipulation. And some of y'all still trying to go back to Egypt. Still entertaining those phone calls. Still checking those messages. Still letting that emotional bondage pull you back. The Most High through Isaiah says in Isaiah 30, 1 and 2, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth. Woe to them. They cover with the covering family, not of my spirit, that they may add to sin. They're trying to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Trusting in the flesh over the spirit. The command is clear, family. The Most High says, don't go back. Don't look back. Don't even think about going back. Just like he told Isaac, dwell in the land I tell you of. And look at these sisters trying to pull me back with their tears. That's the Egyptian spirit trying to keep you in bondage, family. Trying to pull you back to places that the Most High has called you out of. Exodus 14 and 12 says, is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone that we may serve the Egyptians? Family, when the Most High delivers you from a dead congregation, from a worldly minded woman, from emotional manipulators, don't go back to Egypt. Don't go. Because look at verse 3. Do you see this promise in verse 3? The Most High says, sojourn in this land, not build a house there, not get comfortable there, but sojourn. This is exactly what the Most High telling me right now. Stay in the season of separation. Don't get comfortable with new attachments. Keep my mind on the promises. Same for you. Psalm 39 and 12 says this. Hear my prayer, O Lord, and give ear unto my cry. Hold not thy peace at my tears, for I am a stranger with thee, and a sojourner, as all my fathers were. Look at the promise. I will be with thee and will bless thee. Not that congregation will bless you. Not that woman will complete you. Not those emotional manipulators will fulfill you. But the Most High himself, and that's what I lost track of this past year, family. Trying to compromise with men. Then adhering to the instructions that the Most High gave forth to me. No wonder why I felt grieved for so many months. Because I was compromising. Because I didn't want to lose people. But the Most High showed me over this week. He showed me. Look at Gideon. Had 32,000. Down to 300. Purge happens for a reason. It may happen in your life. It happened in mine. I'm just telling you the story of it. So you can see the pattern. How it correlates with this chapter. And look at what the Most High promising though. His presence, I will be with thee. His blessing, I will bless thee. His inheritance, give all these countries. His faithfulness, perform the oath. The woman I was with, courting, couldn't give me real affection. Couldn't give me true support. Couldn't fulfill the Most High's purpose. The congregation, I was over. Couldn't give real understanding. Couldn't provide true growth. Couldn't manifest the Most High's power, family. Because Isaiah 41 and 10 says this. That's Isaiah 41 and 10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. Not the congregation, not your wife. I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Men can't do that for you, family. Humans cannot do that for you. Only the Most High can. Do not lose your sight of that. What's the real message here, though? When you're walking in obedience, family, the Most High himself becomes your comfort. His presence becomes your validation. You don't need to go and try to please other people like I was. I wanted validation from these people instead of validation from Yah himself. His promise becomes your focus, not pleasing other people. His promise becomes your focus. Doing his will becomes your focus. And whoever gets mad about it, let them get mad. They want to leave, let them go. Some of y'all still entertaining those messages from past relationships, past connections, still checking those voicemails, still letting those emotional vampires drain you when the Most High is saying, I will be with thee. Paul tells you in 2 Corinthians 6, 17 and 18. Wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you, and I will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Lord Almighty. Stop looking for comfort in dead congregations, family, worldly relationships, emotional manipulation. The Most High himself is your portion. So let's continue to verse 4, because it's about to expose even more truth about this inheritance. So this right here in 4 is showing you why you can't be entertaining these emotional distractions. The Most High has a bigger plan. Multiplication as the stars of heaven. Not just physical offspring, family. Spiritual increase. Kingdom expansion. He got something bigger for you. He got something bigger for me in store. Something big is going to happen, family. I'm going to expand. My spirit is going to increase in knowledge and revelation. My influence is going to get bigger, family. As you'll see toward the end of the chapter. You get inheritance, all these countries. Not just land, but dominion, authority, family. Revelation 2, 26, 27. Look what the Son of the Father has to say. Revelation 2, 26, 27. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. This is why I had to cut off that dead congregation, family. Remove that worldly minded courtship. Ignore those manipulative voicemails. Because I can't fulfill this level of promise while dealing with surface level people. Lukewarm people. Entertaining emotional manipulation, compromising with worldliness. You can't fulfill that promise while doing all those things, family. Some of y'all are sacrificing your inheritance for temporary comfort, emotional validation, worldly acceptance. Because look what Jacob's twin brother did. Hebrews 12 and 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. The bigger picture, family. The Most High is saying, I've got nations for you. I've got dominion for you. I've got authority for you. But I was worried about some lukewarm congregation, some worldly minded woman. Same thing for you. You may be around people who lukewarm, but you can't get them up. Because you're too scared of being on your own. You're too scared of losing the members, being a disappointment to the Most High Yah. How can you be a disappointment to the Most High Yah if it is through Him He's telling you to separate? If anything, He's going to reward you for your obedience. Family, you cannot rule nations while you are bound by emotional manipulation, stuck in surface level understanding, rotting in lukewarmness, compromising with worldliness. Because as Paul says in 1 Corinthians 6, 2 and 3, do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters? Know ye not that we shall judge angels? How much more things that pertain to this life? Just a reality check, family. Every time you check those messages from those past connections, entertain those emotions, consider going back. You're trading your birthright for a bowl of emotional pottage. You got to look forward. So we continue to verse 5 because it's about to show you why this promise was even made. Why was it made? Because that Abraham obeyed my voice, kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. Israel, look at this. The Most High ain't playing games. He's showing you why these promises came. Because of obedience. Do you hear me? Obedience. Look at what Abraham did. Obeyed my voice. Immediate response. Kept my charge. Maintained position. My commandments. Followed instructions. My statutes. Upheld standards. My laws. Walked in order. Not rebellion. Walked in order. Got people out there saying they don't like mandates. Well, you may as well throw away the entire Bible. Because this whole book is one giant mandate for our people to live by. That's rebellious talk. Egyptian spirit, family. This ain't that emotional Christianity bullshit. This is about obedience. 1 Samuel 15 and 22 says, behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams. That's why I had to block them numbers, family. Delete the messages. Cut off those connections. Because they were trying to get me to disobey the voice. Abandon the charge. Compromise the commandments. Lower the standards. Break the laws. Yes, sir. That's my testimony to you, family. And look at these emotional manipulators out there. They're crying to you when you break it off. We had a connection. But what about our history? But I thought you loved me. That's what they're going to tell you, family. That's what they're going to try to do to bring you back in. Forget all that. The Most High says obedience first. Acts 5 and 29. Look what Peter said. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men. I repeat, we ought to obey God rather than men. God over men. Most High trying to separate you from people. Listen. Obey God. Obey God. Obey God. Truth over feelings. Righteousness over emotions. Every time you ignore a manipulative message, family, walk away from a dead situation, maintain your standards, you're walking like Abraham walked. But some of y'all are compromising for comfort. Playing both sides, lowering standards for acceptance, breaking laws for emotional satisfaction. You know who you are. Deuteronomy 11, 26 through 28. Look what this says. Deuteronomy 11, 26 through 28. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. A blessing if ye obey the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you this day. And a curse if you will not obey the commandments of the Lord your God. but turn aside out of the way, which I command you this day, to go after other gods, which ye have not known. And it shall come to pass, when the Lord thy God hath brought thee unto the land whither thou goest to possess it, that thou shalt put a blessing upon Mount Gerizim and the curse upon Mount Ebal. I want an extra one, but I wanted to show you that. Blessing and a curse. The Most High ain't concerned about your feelings, family. He ain't concerned about your comfort or your emotional attachments. He's looking for obedience. That's why that congregation I had to go. That relationship had to end. Those connections had to be cut because obedience comes first. Now watch this verse 6 because it's about to show you what real obedience looks like in action, family. Look what Isaac did. He dwelt in Gerar. Don't skip over this, family. This short verse is loaded with understanding about obedience. Look at what Isaac did. The Most High said, sojourn in this land, verse 3. And Isaac immediately dwelt there where he was told. No questions, no complaints, no emotional breakdown. This is what real obedience looks like. Quick response. No back talk, no emotional manipulation. John 14:15. If you love me, keep my commandments. Some of y'all are still debating with the Most High, negotiating with his commands, trying to find loopholes in his word. When he tells you, cut off that relationship, you cut it off. Leave that congregation, you leave. Stop that behavior, you stop. But instead, y'all are, let me pray about it. Let me think about it. Let me process my emotions. Hell no. When the Most High speaks, you move. You understand me? When he speaks, you move. No ifs, no ands, no buts. James 1:22. But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. Isaac didn't call a committee meeting. He didn't take a survey, consider his feelings. He did what he was told. Exactly what I did. But y'all want to have a discussion. Process your emotions. Consider alternative. There's got to be another way. There's got to be another way. This can't be it. This is too harsh. This is too strict. There's got to be another way. Compromising. Looking for compromise. Every time, boy, I tell you, Psalm 119:60. I made haste and delayed not to keep thy commandments. Psalm 119:60. Every time you delay obedience, every time you question the command, every time you let emotions lead, you're showing you don't trust Yah. That's exactly what you're doing. That is why your situation ain't changing. That is why your life ain't improving. That is why your understanding ain't growing. Because you're too busy feeling instead of obeying. You know who you are. Concerned about feelings. Respect from other people. You know who you are. The Most High ain't running a democracy, family. He gives commands, you follow them, that's it. No emotional processing, no group discussions, no alternative suggestions. Just straight obedience. Straight obedience. Now we're going to go to verse 7 through 11 of Genesis 26. Back to Genesis 26. 7 through 11. And it reads, and the man of the place asked him of his wife, and he said, she is my sister. For he feared to say, she is my wife. Oh, here we go again. Lest, said he, the men of the place should kill me for Rebekah, because she was fair to look upon. And it came to pass, when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out at a window and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting with Rebekah, his wife. He kissing on her. He smooching on her. And Abimelech called Isaac and said, behold, of a surety she is thy wife. And how sayest thou, she is my sister? And Isaac said unto him, because I said, lest I die for her. And Abimelech said, what is this thou hast done unto us? One of the people might lightly have lied with thy wife, and thou shouldst have brought guiltiness upon us. And Abimelech charged all his people, saying, he that toucheth this man or his wife shall surely be put to death. Now look at verse 7. Look at this shit. After all that obedience, Isaac falls into the same damn fear his own father Abraham had. Look at the pattern. He feared, operating in fear. She is my sister, operating in deception. Should kill me, operating in death mindset. Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. Exodus 20:5. This is why some of y'all keep falling into the same generational sins. Some of y'all are lying like your daddy lied. Fearful like your mama was fearful. Deceiving like your grandparents deceived. And you wonder why your kids are struggling. Your household is in chaos. Your life is in confusion. Because you're passing down generational fear, generational lies, generational deception. Look at Jeremiah 16:19, family. Jeremiah 16:19. Look at this. O Lord, my strength and my fortress, in my refuge in a day of affliction. The Gentiles, that's our people, shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. Aren't our people doing that today? They lied to us. Our people, my family, they lied to me. Told me I was African American because that's what they told. That's what they was told. Passed down them lies. Christmas, Easter, Jesus and white Jesus and all this stuff. Passed down. Tradition. No profit. Look at the hard truth, family. Isaac just showed us. You can be in the right place, following the right command, but still operate in the wrong spirit. That's some of y'all. That's why some of y'all got the laws down. You got your fringes on, got the feast days memorized, but you are still operating in fear, living in lies, walking in deception. 2 Timothy 1:7. Paul says, for God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Here's the warning, family. Every time you let fear guide you, every time you choose deception, every time you operate in lies, you are creating generational curses, generational bondage, generational confusion. And your children are going to suffer because you couldn't face truth. You couldn't stand bold. You couldn't trust the Most High Yah. Family, the Most High ain't pleased with your fear-based decisions. He's not pleased with your deceptive practices, your lying spirit. Break the cycle. Face the truth. Look at Isaac's situation. He feared telling the truth about his relationship, deceived to protect himself. He compromised truth for safety. Same for me with my congregation. I had to tell the hard truth about their complacency, laziness. I couldn't compromise just to keep the peace, family. I was done doing that. I had to stand bold, even when it meant losing people, which I did. I lost all of them. With the girl, with the woman I was with. I had to expose the truth about the situation. I couldn't lie to myself about the compatibility anymore. I had to face reality, even when it hurt, and family, it hurt. It hurt. But that's what obedience is, family. It's ignoring your feelings and doing what the Most High told you to do. You see the difference? Isaac failed where I stood. He chose fear. I chose truth. He chose deception. I chose honesty. He chose compromise. I chose righteousness. Proverbs 28:1. The wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are bold as a lion. That's why that congregation had to go. That courtship had to end. The connections had to be cut. Because unlike Isaac, I chose to face the truth. I chose to stand in power. And I chose to trust in Yah. This is what real growth looks like. This is what breaking generational cycles looks like. This is what real faith looks like. Let my life be a testimony and an example to you. I'm living this. I'm showing it through my life and my testimony. How this book is playing out, family. And it's most likely playing out in your lives. You just got to identify it. So verse 8. The Most High will always expose what's done in darkness, family. Look how Isaac got caught up. Look at the exposure. Been there a long time. He living in the lie. Living there. Knowing that's not his sister. Looked out a window, Abimelech did. Truth been revealed, family. Saw and behold the exposure moment. Sporting with Rebekah, his wife. Truth manifested. Just like my situation. My congregation, they were sporting with lukewarmness. Spiritual laziness. Surface level, milk drinking, living comfortable in the lies until the Most High had me expose them through that window of truth. With my courtship, we were sporting with compatibility, trying to force what wasn't there. Trust me, it wasn't there. Lied to ourselves, lied to myself, until the Most High exposed the truth through that window of discernment. All is revealed, family. Look at Luke 12, 2 and 3, family. Look what the Son, Yahushua HaMashiach, had to say. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light. And that which ye have spoken in the ear, in closets, shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. You hear that, family? Your lies will come to the surface. You will be exposed. The light will be shined upon you. Just like it was shined upon my congregation. And shine upon my courtship. Some of y'all out there sporting with false doctrines. Playing games with the truth. Living comfortable in deception. But the Most High will look through that window. Expose your lies. Reveal your truth. That's why my congregation got exposed. My courtship got revealed. Those false connections I had got uncovered, family. Because you can't hide from the Most High's window. Look what Solomon said. Ecclesiastes 12 and 14. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. Look at what happened. Isaac thought he was hidden, family. Thought his lie was working. Got comfortable in deception. Then bam, exposed. Just like my old congregation thought they were hidden. My courtship thought it could keep pretending. But the Most High said, not today. Numbers 32 and 23. But if ye will not do so, behold, ye have sinned against the Lord, and be sure your sin will find you out. Unlike Isaac, I faced the exposure head on. I dealt with the truth quickly. I made the hard decisions. That's why I could purge that congregation. That's why I could end that courtship and cut those ties, family, because I wasn't trying to hide from truth. Just like you, if you're not afraid of truth, family, you can make the hard decisions. This is what being a leader is about. It's about making the hard decision, regardless of emotions, choosing righteousness over feelings, choosing the spirit over the flesh. That is what being a true leader is all about. Not kowtowing to the whims of the masses, but obeying the word of the Most High Yah. The Most High, though, he's still looking through windows, family. He's still exposing lies, revealing truth, and some of y'all still hiding, still deceiving, still playing games. But let me tell you something. That window of exposure is coming, and when it does, you better be ready to face the truth. Make the cuts and stand in righteousness. Just like what I did with my congregation, my courtship, those connections I had, family. Continuing to verse 9, because it's going to show you what happens when the Most High's exposure meets man's confrontation. Look at this. When the truth comes out, here comes the confrontation. Abimelech called up to Isaac, y'all. Like, hey, this your wife, homie. What you doing? So Abimelech called Isaac, authority, demanding answers. Behold, of a surety, truth being stated plainly. How sayest thou, questioning the deception, family? Because I said weak excuse making from Isaac. Just like me, just like my situation. With my congregation, I had to call them out. I had to state the truth plainly, question their deception. And it came with weak excuses. But mostly silence. Weak excuses, silence. With my courtship, I had to face facts, state the incompatibility, question the foundation, and deal with the excuses. That's what I had to do, family. Proverbs 28 again, 13 this time. He that covereth his sins shall not prosper. I repeat, shall not prosper. But whoso confesseth and forsaketh them shall have mercy. Some of y'all are running from confrontation, hiding behind excuses, fearing death like Isaac, when you should be facing truth. That's why my congregation needed confronting. That courtship that I had needed ending. Them connections needed cutting. Because somebody had to stand for truth. And that somebody was me. Maybe you got to do that in your life. You dealing with people that you need to confront, who've been living in deception, trying to deceive you. You got to confront them about it. But trust me, when you do, you're going to get numbered excuses. You're going to have to make the hard choice. Continue to live with that deception or cut it off at the knees. Ephesians 5 and 11. And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. Look at what happens in the pattern of confrontation, family. Look what happens. Truth gets exposed. Confrontation comes. Excuses start flowing. Fear gets revealed. Just like when I confronted my congregation and their lukewarmness. When I faced my courtship's reality. When I exposed them false connections. They all came with excuses. We can make it work. What about unity? But we've always taught it this way. Too harsh, too strict. It's mandates. I don't like mandates. Unlike Isaac, who said, lest I die, I chose truth over comfort. I chose righteousness over unity. I chose the Most High over man. Galatians 1:10 tells me this. For do I now persuade men or God? Or do I seek to please men? For if I yet please men, I shall not be the servant of Christ. The Most High is still calling for confrontation, family. He's still demanding truth. He is still exposing excuses. And some of y'all are still making them excuses, still fearing death, and still choosing comfort over truth. Want to be respected and adored by man rather than God. Want to play both sides like a politician. Fine and dandy, the Most High will spew you out. But let me tell you something, family. When that confrontation comes, you better stand in truth. Face the fear, cut the excuses. Just like I did with that lukewarmness, that wrong relationship, those dead connections. Family, stop being like Isaac. Stop making excuses, fearing death, choosing comfort. Start being like Daniel in the lion's den. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fire. Standing for truth, no matter the cost. Look at me. I'm standing alone, family. No relationship, no congregation. It's just me again. I'm alone again. I'm alone. That's the cost for standing in the truth, family. I'm alone. But I know there's people out there who are listening to me, who understand my situation, who are living this situation. This is what standing in the truth costs you. But I'd rather obey than be around lukewarm people. Continuing to verse 10, because it's going to show what happens when leadership has to step in to correct the mess. So look at Abimelech here. The leadership had to step in and show one person's deception, or show how one person's deception could have brought judgment on the whole assembly. Look at this. What is this thou hast done? Addressing the sin directly unto us, showing how it affects the whole body, might lightly have, exposing potential consequences, brought guiltiness upon us, revealing collective responsibility. Just like my situation with my congregation, I was the leadership. I had to address the lukewarmness and the laziness. I had to show how it affected everybody. I had to prevent it from spreading. Same with my courtship. I had to be the responsible. I had to show how it would affect others. I had to prevent future damage. I had to make that hard call. 1 Corinthians 5, 6 and 7. Paul, our brother Paul, says, your glorying is not good. Know ye not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump? Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even Christ our Passover is sacrificed for us. Some of y'all leaders are letting sin slide. That's what I used to do. I let it slide, had people up in there breaking Sabbath. Just doing what they want to do. I was letting sin slide. Ignoring, some of y'all ignoring false doctrine out there. Allowing bad relationships. Failing your responsibility. That's why my congregation needed purging. Courtship needed ending. Connections needed cutting. Because bad doctrine and bad relationships affect everybody. Lukewarmness. Laziness spreads, family, like a wildfire. Joshua 7, 11 and 12. Look at this. How one man, Israel, has sinned. And they have also transgressed my covenant which I commanded them. For they have even taken of the accursed thing, and they have also stolen, and dissembled also, and they have put it even among their own stuff. Therefore the children of Israel could not stand before their enemies, but turned their backs before their enemies, because they were accursed. Neither will I be with you any more, except ye destroy the accursed from among you. Y'all hear that? Look what happens in the leadership path. Look what happens. Sin gets exposed. Leadership must confront. Consequences get revealed. Action must be taken. Just like when I had to confront lukewarmness, spiritual laziness. When I had to end that wrong relationship. When I had to cut those dead ties. Same for you, family. Because real leadership takes responsibility, faces problems, makes hard decisions. Unlike Abimelech, who just questioned, I took action. I made changes. I protected the body of my ministry. Now my ministry is clean again. Now it's clean and ready for true followers of the Most High. True warriors and soldiers who are not afraid to stand up for truth. First Timothy 5 and 20. Them that sin rebuke before all, that others also may fear. The Most High family is still looking for real leaders. He's still demanding accountability, requiring action. And some of y'all leaders are still compromising, still avoiding conflict, still letting sin spread. But let me tell you something. When you are in leadership, you must confront sin. You must protect the body. You must make hard decisions. Just like I did with that wrong relationship, those dead connections, that lukewarmness in the congregation. Stop being weak leaders. Stop avoiding confrontation, fearing conflict, and letting the sin spread. Start being real leaders, confronting problems, making changes, protecting the body. And continuing in verse 11. Because it's about to show you what real leadership looks like when they take action. So Abimelech charged all his people, saying, he that toucheth this man or his wife shall surely be put to death. Now this is real leadership. Look at this decisive action. No committees, no voting, no democracy, just straight judgment to protect the assembly. Charge all his people, family. Universal declaration. He that toucheth, clear boundaries, shall surely, no ambiguity, put to death, severe consequences. Just like my responsibility was with lukewarmness. I had to make universal declarations, set clear boundaries. I was unambiguous, and I enforced severe consequences to the point where I purged everything. Titus 3, 10 and 11. Look at this. A man that is a heretic, after the first and second admonition, reject, knowing that he that is such is subverted and sinneth, being condemned of himself. It is saying, warn troublemakers once or twice. They don't have anything else to do with them. You warn them once or twice, then you don't deal with them at all. It says you know their minds are twisted and their own sins show how guilty they are. Don't go back and forth. You tell them once or twice and then cut it off. But some of y'all leaders are making weak suggestions, setting fuzzy boundaries, being wishy-washy, afraid to enforce consequences. That's what I did. That was me. When I told you this chapter was talking about me, family, it's talking about me for the past year having this ministry. That's what I was. I didn't have no clear boundary. I was allowed anybody up in there. No clear vetting, no nothing. Because I was worried about the numbers than the quality. That's why we got Christians in the congregation. Pagans in the pulpit. Whores in the worship team. Chaos in the camp. Look at this little story. Numbers 25. Look at this warrior right here. Numbers 25, 7 and 8. Look at this. An example. And when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand. And he went after the man of Israel into the tent and thrust both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel. You see that? Look at what real leadership does. Makes clear declarations, sets firm boundaries, states consequences, takes immediate action. Just like when Moses killed that Egyptian. When Phinehas thrust that spear. When Christ flipped them tables. Because real leadership doesn't form committees. Doesn't take polls. Doesn't care about feelings. Takes actions. Revelation 3 and 16. So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. See what happens when you play both sides? You get spewed out of the mouth of the Most High Yah. The Most High is still looking for Phinehas, still searching for Moses, wanting leaders who will flip tables, and some of y'all are having board meetings, taking consensus, worried about hurt feelings. Whoopsie daisy. But let me tell you something. When you're protecting the assembly, you better be clear. You better be firm. You better take action. Just like Moses with that Egyptian. Christ with them tables. Phinehas with that spear. So Israel, stop being weak. Having meetings, taking votes, worried about feelings. Start being strong. Making declarations. Setting boundaries. Taking actions. So let me show you what happens after you take leadership, strong leadership action. 12 through 16. We're on 12 through 16 now. Halfway done. Almost halfway there. All praises and great glory. And it reads, Then Isaac sowed in that land and received in the same year 100-fold. And the Lord blessed him. And the man waxed great and went forward. And grew until he became very great. For he had possession of flocks, and possession of herds, and great store of servants. And the Philistines envied him. For all the wells which his father's servants had digged in the days of Abraham, his father, the Philistines had stopped them, and filled them with earth. And Abimelech said unto Isaac, Go from us, for thou art much mightier than we. Woo! Let's check out 12. Look at this right here. After the strong leadership and clear boundaries, look what happened. Immediate blessing. This ain't no coincidence, family. After I cut off that lukewarmness, ended that wrong relationship, set them boundaries, the Most High gonna bless my actions, family. It's gonna grow. I'm gonna grow. You're gonna see it throughout the rest of this chapter. This is what happens when you walk in obedience and you do what the Most High says instead of caring about other people's feelings. The Most High blesses you. Look at Isaac. Blessed 100-fold. Look at this. Then, immediately after the leadership decision, sowed. He put in the work. Just like I'm doing. I'm putting in the work. I didn't allow having no congregation stop me from doing this word today. I ain't stopped. I put in the work. Save me a quick manifestation. Whenever the Most High gonna bless me, it's gonna be quick, family. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I know it's coming. You'll see it. hundredfold, abundant increase. Lord bless them. Divine approval. Just like my situation. After I made them hard decisions. After I cut them ties. After I set them boundaries. Watch on how the Most High gonna bless me. I've had a great week today. This week. They ain't bothered me at work. I had a great week. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. No issues, no nothing. But that's just the start, family. That's just the start of the blessings. Malachi 3:10 says, bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in mine house. And prove me now herewith, saith the Lord of hosts, if I will not open you the windows of heaven and pour you out of blessing, that there shall not be room enough to receive it. So verse 13, he waxed great. Isaac waxed great and went forward and grew until he became very great. Progression, family. Look at these levels. Wax great, initial blessing. Went forward, continuous progress. That's what I'm doing. That's what you should be doing. Don't be deterred. Continue to work. He grew, steady increase, very great, maximum manifestation. Just like what's going to happen with my journey. The congregation is going to grow. The understanding will be deepened. The truth will spread. The impact will be great. That's what's on the horizon for me. That's what could be on the horizon for you. I went back to 0, but guess what? The Most High going to increase it right back up again. Watch. 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 Watch your transformation, family. Just watch. Proverbs 4:18. But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. I'm going to keep on shining. My light going to keep shining, family. Until I'm so bright, everybody going to see it. Going to have to put on shades. Just like you. Just like us, Israel. As we continue in this walk. Our light going to shine. It's going to shine. The other nations are already taking notice. The light is getting brighter, family. That's why they're getting more antsy out there. That's why you see this election. They think they won. They think they won, family. They think they won. Watch what the Most High does with this man in office. Watch. Watch. He going to use this man to purge off these rebellious Israelites. Watch. And sanctify his righteous. Watch. The purge is coming, family. This is what I've seen in this chapter. The purge is coming. Separation is coming. If it is not already here. Look at 14, man. For he had possession of flocks and possession of herds, great store of servants. And the Philistines envied him. Look at the manifestation. He had flocks, multiple resources, herds, diverse assets, servants, expanded influence, family. This was on the horizon. The Philistines envied him. Opposition from success. Haters. The haters going to come for me, family. The haters going to come for you. The haters going to come for Israel. Yes, sir. As we continue to grow, the haters keep on coming. Keep on opposing us. Fake Jews, Christians, and all these other fake religions. They keep opposing us. Trying to deny us our birthright. Look at my experience. That's on the horizon. Multiple ministries may come out of this that get developed. Different platforms may open up for me. Influence going to expand. And the haters are going to start watching. I'm going to be put on the map. And the haters going to be watching. I'm not allowing this temporary setback to stop me. I'm digging new wells, as you're going to see coming up. Psalm 75, 6 and 7. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but God is the judge. Yah is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. That is what the Most High does, family. He doing all of this. He separates people. He brings people together. He is the judge. He takes away power and gives it to other people. Can he not give you power, family? But you have to be obedient. When he tells you to do something, you do it. You don't delay, you do it. And then guess what? Power is coming your way. Blessings, manifestations coming your way. Look at 15 Genesis 26. All the wells father's servants had digged in the days of Abraham his father, the Philistines had stopped them up. Bunch of devils, huh? Look at the opposition. The wells, as I've told you all before, they represent sources of life. The father's servants had digged the previous work, family. Remember, we build it upon this foundation. We are building upon this foundation. Those are the wells that the heathen have dug up, have thrown dirt on. They've hidden our history. They have hidden our foundations of who we are as a people. They've stopped them up. Intentional opposition. Just like in your life, you're going to have the haters come at you. They tried to destroy this book. Tried. But that's what they did, family. And that's what they continue to do. Just like me. They tried to stop thy truth. Tried to bury this doctrine. Tried to destroy the work. But the Most High had other plans. Trying to keep me down from spiritually elevating. That's what happens when you're among people who are not on the same wavelength. They try to keep you down. Crabs in the barrel. But the Most High had other plans. He has freed me from those chains. Now I can rise to the surface. Now I can truly grow. Spread my wings and elevate. You're going to see elevation, family, in your life if you do that. When you break the chains of bondage, that's when the Most High will elevate you. That's when he gives you more revelation, as you will see coming up. Why? Because Isaiah 54:17 says, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. Every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment, thou shalt condemn. It don't matter what they do. Even your own people, they try to keep you down. But the Most High says it will not prosper. So look what happens after you get great, after you get big, family. 16. Go from us, for thou art much mightier than we. Look at this admission. Go from us. Forced separation. Thou art had to acknowledge. Heathen had to acknowledge. Much mightier, undeniable growth. They see your blessings. They see the favor that the Most High has on you. Then them. Then we. Clear superiority. You hear that, Israelites? The heathen see this. They know we are superior to them. They're not going to admit it to you. That's why they don't want nothing to do with you. That's why we had the segregation, family. It wasn't because they're disgust. It's because they know we are more superior than them. That we are much more mightier than them. Just like your situation, family. They had to acknowledge the truth. They had to see the growth. These people going to see my growth. They're going to admit my power. They're going to step back. Psalm 105, 14 and 15 says this. He suffered no man to do them wrong. Yea, he reproved kings for their sakes, saying, touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm. This is what happens when you make them hard decisions, family. Set them clear boundaries. Take decisive action. Trust the Most High. The progression is clear. Immediate blessing. Continuous growth. Manifested abundance. Opposition is going to rise. Attempts to stop you. Force recognition of how mighty you are. That's what's going to be on my horizon. That's what's going to be on your horizon, family, when you do that. When you follow this pattern. The Most High got a blessing for me. I had to make the hard choice. I had to do it. In order for me to rise, I had to let go. From that first hard decision I made, through the growth, past the opposition, to the undeniable impact that's going to be coming in the future. That's the pattern I'm on right now. Waiting for the blessings and the growth to manifest. Then the opposition finna come. And then the impact will be heard all over this earth. Wherever the Most High want my word to be heard, it will be heard. Now let's check out verses 17 through 22. I'm about to show you how to handle the next level of opposition, family. 17 through 22. And it reads, Isaac left. There we go. And Isaac departed thence, and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar, and dwelt there. And Isaac digged again the wells of water, which they digged in the days of Abraham his father, for the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham. And he called their names after the names by which his father had called them. And Isaac's servants digged in the valley, and found there a well of springing water. And the herdmen of Gerar did strive with Isaac's herdmen, saying, the water is ours. And he called the name of the well Esek, because they strove with him. And they digged another well, and strove for that also. And he called the name of it Sitnah. And he removed from thence, and digged another well, and for that they strove not. And he called the name of it Rehoboth. And he said, for now the Lord hath made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. Check this out, family. 17. Isaac departed. Strategic withdrawal. Look at the wisdom. He didn't fight unnecessarily. He didn't waste energy. Didn't get emotional. Just moved to where the Most High directed. Look at the spiritual application of this. He departed thence. Strategic repositioning. Pitched his tent. Established new foundation. Valley of Gerar. Fertile ground. Dwelt there. Settled with purpose. I have strategically repositioned myself, family. I'm establishing a new foundation. This is a new day for this ministry. On new ground. New foundation. On fertile ground, which is going to grow. The seeds planted on this new fertile ground will grow, and they will blossom in abundance. Just like your life. Just like Israel. That's like we're doing as a whole, as a nation. We are settling in the new foundation. We've awakened to who we are. We are settling in on that. The seeds that we sow will grow, will be watered by the Most High, and it will flow with abundance. The awakening of our people will happen at a faster rate. Just wait and see, family. Proverbs 17 and 16:7. Proverbs 16 and 7 says, when a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Just like your situation, Israel, when them churches attacked you, when them family members rejected you, when them so-called friends turned on you, you didn't fight. I didn't fight. I repositioned. I ain't go back and forth. I repositioned. No need for debate. I reposition myself. Look at 18. You see the restoration of truth happening here. Look at the pattern. Digged again. Restored what was lost. Yeah, I may have lost members in the congregation, but I'm about to restore what was lost. Just wait and see. By doing this work, I'm going to restore what was lost. Wells of water. What I'm going to restore? Sources of life. This word. Days of Abraham. Original truth. That's right. I'm bringing out the original truth, family. The way our people saw it. Not the way Christians saw it. Not the way pagans saw it. The way our forefathers saw it. I'm bringing out all the false doctrine and I'm destroying them as I go through this book. That's what I'm doing. Called their names, maintained identity. Look what Jeremiah 6:16 says. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths. I'm going back. I'm bringing back the original Hebrew thought of these scriptures. Not 2024 modern way of looking at the scriptures, back to the way our forefathers looked at the scripture. That's what I'm doing. That is my mission. That is the foundation I'm setting. Doing all of these chapters. Going through this whole book. I'm bringing back our fathers' truth. I'm showing you what they thought, how they thought, and how it applies to your life today. That's all I do. I don't bring 2024 in the Bible. I just take the original thought and then I make it relatable to 2024 people. I don't change the truth of what it is like most people doing nowadays. This is what I'm doing, family. It says, ask for the old paths. Where is the good way? And walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. Peace. By doing this, I'm going to find peace. The Most High is going to manifest peace in my life. Rest. Just like what I'm doing. I'm restoring the original doctrine, uncovering the buried truth, maintaining the real identity of these scriptures, bringing back the old paths, the old ways. Yes, sir. I'm destroying it all. No matter how many people try to cover it back up, I am going to uncover it all. People today have made a mess of this book. A mess. And it has affected everybody. Absolutely crazy. But the Most High is using me to bring back the old paths for him. You stick with me, you'll see the old paths. You'll see the way these scriptures are supposed to be interpreted, supposed to be looked at from a Hebrew perspective. Not from a Christian perspective, not from a Roman perspective, not from a Greek or Babylonian or Medo-Persian perspective or whatever else perspective there is out there. From Hebrew, our forefathers, since they were the ones who wrote the damn thing. A Hebrew lens is what we're going to be reading this book through. Here on out. That's what I've been doing since the beginning. But it's going to get even clearer as we proceed. 19. Servants digged in the valley. Found there a well, a spring, and water. Look at this. New revelation. That's what's coming, family. New revelation is coming. It's coming for me. The servants digged. How did they find a new revelation? Because the servants digged. They put in the work in the valley, a humble position. I'm by myself. How more humbling can that get? I lost all my congregation. I'm on the bottom. So it looks like. I'm in a humble position. I found it. I'm going to find this revelation through labor. What am I going to find? Fresh revelation right here. Spring and water. By continuing this work, new revelation is going to come to me. By continuing this work, new revelation is going to come for you. If you are obedient. Look what Isaiah 43:19 says. Behold, I will do a new thing. And it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. Just like my ministry. Discovering. New understanding. Working in humility, family. Finding fresh revelation. Bringing forth living water. Give me 1 second, family. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Look at 20 now. Now you got these herdmen of Gerar striving with Isaac's herd, which is opposition to the truth, family. This is what they're doing. They're opposing the truth. That's what it's saying spiritually. Look at the pattern. Did strive. Active opposition. This water is ours. False claims. Kind of like these Christians, right? These fake Jews, right? Taking our inheritance, trying to say it's theirs. Called the name Esek. Mark the contention, because that's what Esek means in the Hebrew. Contention. They strove. Continuous resistance, as we are doing in this truth against these heathen. We are continually in a fight and strife with these people. 2 Timothy 3:12 says, yea, and all, I repeat, all that will live godly in Christ Jesus shall suffer persecution. You going to go through some things? Yes, sir. You're going to have strife and contention, family. It's about what you do in the face of this strife and contention, which shows you who you truly are. Just like my battles. They claiming my doctrines. Fighting my teachings. Yep, still got Israelites fighting my teachings. Opposing my truth. But I am marking their opposition. That is what we are doing today, family. As a whole nation. These people are fighting our teachings. They're fighting against us being the true Israelites. They're fighting this. Fighting the truth, opposing it. But we marking who they are, family. We see who they are. We see who they is. So 21 says they digged another well. Strove for that also. Still fighting. Still fighting for truth. He called it Sitnah. More persistent opposition. Look at the response. They digged another. Guess what? They kept working, right? Isn't that what we do? Despite all the opposition, we keep working, right? Despite me and my temporary setback this week, I'm still working, right? I'm still in this Bible. I'm still figuring it out. I'm still bringing it out to you. I ain't stopping. Strove for that also. Continued opposition. Called it Sitnah. Mark the hatred. Because that's what Sitnah means. Hatred. They hate the truth. You see this whole pattern of resistance. Just like your experience. You keep teaching, they keep opposing. You keep working, they keep hating. But guess what? You keep moving. You don't stop this work. I'm not allowing what happened to stop me. I'm moving forward. I'm still bringing out this truth. I'm still spreading the word, spreading the knowledge that the Most High has given me. I ain't gonna stop. "22. And he removed from this. He moved, got away again. Final breakthrough, though, in this chapter or in this verse. Final breakthrough. Look at the pattern. He removed himself again. Strategic withdrawal. Ain't got time for fighting all that. I just go to another place. Digged another, more persistent work. Strove not. Opposition ceased. It stopped. Rehoboth, room to flourish. That's what that name means. Why? Because the Most High had made room for us. He gave us divine expansion, abundant increase. That's what's going to happen in your life. That's what's going to happen to this ministry. If I keep on working, the Most High will expand it and increase it abundantly. Whatever that looks like, however that manifests, that's what's going to happen. But the thing is, I have to keep working. You got to keep working. Israel as a whole, we got to keep working. We got to keep waking up the people, spreading the truth. They can't stop the awakening, family. It's already in process. It ain't going to stop. This going to keep on going all the way up until the second coming of the Mashiach. Because look what Isaiah 54, 2 and 3 says. Enlarge the place of thy tent, and let them stretch forth the curtains of thine habitations. Spare not, lengthen thy cords, and strengthen thy stakes. Get stronger, get bigger. For thou shalt break forth on the right hand and on the left, and thy seed shall inherit the Gentiles, and make the desolate cities to be inhabited. You hear that, family? We're going to possess these people. You're going to take over the land of these other nations. You're going to rule these people. But you got to do the work. Stop the lukewarmness. Stop the laziness. You got to do the work. Stop thinking just showing up for Sabbath is enough. You got to continue to grow. Truly work. Level up. This is your pattern, family. Strategic positioning. Restoration of truth. Fresh revelation. Opposition will rise. Keep working, the breakthrough will come. If I keep working, the breakthrough gonna come. I'm gonna be expanded. Watch me. Don't get discouraged by opposition, distracted by the haters, derailed by persecution. Keep digging them wells, teaching that truth, marking them opponents, and trusting the Most High. That's what you do, family. You do not allow yourself to be derailed from this path that you are on. This is the path I'm on. In order for me to get to where I need to go, I got to stay here. But I can't just stay the same. I got to level up. I got to grow. Which means I got to be around people that will allow me to grow. Like-minded. Strong. Because as we all know, can two walk together except they be agreed? You have to be agreed or you cannot walk together. That's what I learned this week. If you are stuck in those type of situations, and you ask yourself that, do we agree? And the answer is a resounding no. Leave. Do not stay. Leave. Because all you're going to have is strife and contention. That's all you're going to have. The Most High is not the author of confusion, family. The Most High brings peace. But only if you obey. As we're going to keep it going back to Genesis 26, we're going to be reading 23 to 25. Almost done, family. Almost done. All praises. And he went up from thence to Beersheba. And the Lord appeared unto him the same night, and said, I am the God of Abraham thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee, and will bless thee, and multiply thy seed for my servant Abraham's sake. And he builded an altar there, and called upon the name of the Lord, and pitched his tent there. And there Isaac's servants digged a well. So 23-24, look at the divine confirmation here. Look at the pattern, Israel. He went up, elevated position. Beersheba, place of covenant. The Lord appeared. Divine visitation, and guess what? Same night, immediate confirmation. The Most High is not playing. Look at these promises. Fear not. Divine protection. I am with thee. Divine presence. Will bless thee. Divine provision. Multiply thy seed. Divine increase. Look at them promises. Isaiah 41:10 says, Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee, as I read before. I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. You see that again here. Why are we trusting in man? Why are we caring about what man thinks when the Most High has all this offered to us? If all we need to do is trust in him. And fear not. But we fear man over Yah. Especially in 2024. That was me. I compromised a whole lot. Because I feared man over the Most High. That's why the Most High had to destroy it. Because I was doing too much compromise. I was watering down the leadership. Letting it be diluted with weakness. So the Most High had to blow it up. "25. Isaac built an altar here, right? So he establishing worship. That's the pattern. That's the proper response to the Most High showing up. You call upon the name. He maintained prayer. Pitched his tent. He set a permanent foundation right there. Dig the well, secure the resources. That's what we got to do, family. When the Most High comes to you, visits you, this is what you do. You maintain the prayer, establish the worship, set the permanent foundation, and secure the resources from the blessings that the Most High will give you for your obedience. This is what I'm waiting to manifest right here. But I got to continue on the work. You have to continue on your path. If you want to make it to this point, you got to do that. This is the pattern. You build that altar of truth. Call on the Most High daily. Not just when you want something. Daily. Establish your foundation. Secure your resources. Psalm 127:1 says, except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain. Woo cha! Don't matter if you build the city or not. Don't matter. That's what happened with our people out there in Tulsa. That's what happened to Rosewood. And all these times our people try to do things on their own. They didn't have the Most High as their foundation. So they were building it in vain. That's why it was so easily destroyed. Same for us, family. You build up a house in vain without the foundation of the Most High Yah, and you start compromising like I did, the Most High will destroy that house. Look at me today. No congregation. Blew it up. Blew it up. I'm alone again. I had to come back and see him. I had to come back to see who was the source of all my stuff. Because I was losing perspective. So he had to purge and separate me so I could come back to him fully again and recognize the true power over everything. That's what he does in your life, family. When you stop paying attention to him, he will purge you. He will separate you. And he will get your attention like he's doing with me. Like he's dealing with Israel as a whole. He got us out here separated in this wilderness around the earth so we can come back to him. He about to turn up the heat too. He got the right man in office right now to do that in this country. He's finna turn up the heat, family. He gonna force your hand. What you gonna do, family? You gonna fear man or you gonna fear Yah? Which one is it? We move on. 26 to 29. Look at this. Then Abimelech, look at this, went to him from Gerar in Ahuzeth, one of his friends, and Phicol, the chief captain of his army. And Isaac said unto them, wherefore come ye to me, seeing ye hate me, and have sent me away from you? And they said, we saw certainly that the Lord was with thee. And we said, let there be now an oath betwixt us, even betwixt us and thee, and let us make a covenant with thee, that thou wilt do us no hurt, as we have not touched thee, and as we have done unto thee nothing but good, and have sent thee away in peace. Thou art now the blessed of the Lord. Look at these heathen. Here's what they do now, huh? They come, they see in the blessing, now they want to come on over. Let's focus on 28-29. You got divine vindication happening here. Look at this admission. We saw certainly, clear evidence, they seeing this man, they seeing the blessings on Isaac, right? Lord was with thee, divine backing. Now they want to make a covenant, seek an alliance with him. Blessed of the Lord, public acknowledgement. This is your victory, Israel. Because they're going to see the evidence. These heathen going to see your evidence. These haters, whatever. They're going to see your evidence. They're going to admit the truth. They're going to seek alliance. But remember who blessed you. This didn't come by your own hand. It came by the hand of the Most High Yah. That's what they did with this election, didn't they? They was all up in the black community, speaking smooth things to us and our people. And they ate it right up. Because they don't remember who blessed them. Isaiah 60:14. Look at this. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despised thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. Israel, this is your pattern. Stay faithful in opposition, because they coming. Keep digging the wells. Don't stop working. Trust the Most High's timing, because he's working on his time, not yours. Patience is the key. That's one thing that the Most High has been teaching me. Patience. Stop rushing. Stop rushing. Slow down. Let the Most High work. He cooking up something for you. You don't want to eat uncooked food. You want that food nice and cooked. That's what he doing with your blessings. He working on a blessing for you. He cooking it up. He's waiting to serve you it. But y'all want the blessings while they're not done yet. They're not ready yet. Patience. Just like I have been shown this week. Patience. I wanted to grow so badly. I would accept anybody in my midst, even though they was breaking covenants, breaking the laws. That's what this year has shown me with this ministry that I have. That's what it's shown me. I wasn't patient. I wasn't more exclusive. I wasn't vetting properly. I wanted the numbers. I wanted the views. And look at what that has cost me. Now the Most High say you got nothing. Now we got to start over again. But now I understand the lesson. Now I understand what and what not to look for. I get it now. My eyes have been opened. I had to go on the training wheels. This was training wheels for me in leadership to get my feet wet. To understand the workings of leadership. How the average Israelite thinks. How they act. The excuses they come up with. All of that. Now I'm ready for them. Now I'm ready. Now I can vet properly. Establish better leadership. Establish clearer boundaries. And accept no foolishness. And be willing to walk away. That's what I've learned. That's what you should learn in your situations too, family. This book teaches you everything about your life. I'm bringing it to you in a modern context. This is what I'm doing for you. So family, don't get prideful in victory. You're going to get some victories, but you don't get prideful. Because that's when the flesh takes advantage. Don't you get comfortable with these enemies. You keeping it diplomatic, as you're going to see what Isaac about to do. Don't be forgetful of the struggle. Some people, they get blessed. They get some money, and they forget where they came from. Don't be one of them. Keep building that altar of truth. Keep calling on the Most High. Keep digging them wells. Keep working. Keep standing in truth, family. And the Most High is going to vindicate your position. He's going to expose your enemies. Establish your ministry and multiply your seed. Expand your kingdom. Expand your ministry. Expand your resources. Whatever it is, however it manifests in your life, the Most High going to do all of that. But you got to keep working. You got to keep calling on him. You can't forget who brought you this far. These are the lessons. So let's keep continuing. Verses 30 to 33. Because the covenant confirmation about to hit differently. And it reads, and he made them a feast. And they did eat and drink. And they rose up betimes in the morning. And sware one to another. And Isaac sent them away. And they departed from him in peace. And it came to pass the same day that Isaac's servants came and told him concerning the well which they had digged, and said unto him, we have found water. And he called it Sheba. Therefore the name of this city is Beersheba until this day. 30 and 31, making this feast. Strategic diplomacy here, family. Watch how Isaac moved. He made them a feast. Professional courtesy. Did eat and drink. Civil interaction. They swear one to another. Formal agreement. And then he sent them away. Maintained separation. So yes, you got to be amongst these heathen. And you gotta walk the walk and talk the talk. But guess what? You maintain separation at all times. Never get too comfortable with your enemies. They will take advantage. Trust me, family. Once they know they got you, they will take advantage. You show them that you are not one of their pawns. You maintain the separation. They ate. Isaac said, all right, peace out. Get the fuck out. Bye. Isaac was not being soft in this situation, family. He kept it professional. He kept it formal. He kept it distant. But most of all, he kept it strategic. Look at this. Proverbs 25, 21 through 22. If thine enemy be hungry, give him bread to eat. And if he be thirsty, give him water to drink. For thou shalt heap coals of fire upon his head, and the Lord shall reward thee. How he seeing this? Because guess what just happened? On the same day, Isaac's servants came and told him, hey, we got water. We found water. Divine timing, family. You see that? Look at this blessing on the same day. Immediate confirmation. The servants came. Why? Because they was continuing to labor. They was working. They didn't stop working, family. They were still working. We have found water. They have manifested the provision from the Most High Yah. Why? Through working. Being obedient to the Most High Yah. Staying separate from these heathen. This is how you get blessed, family. The Most High is showing you through this chapter how to get blessed, how to operate in this Babylonian society. He's showing you how to operate. He's giving you the divine divine blueprint to conduct yourself in order to be blessed. Very simple, family. Very simple. The Most High's timing is perfect. While enemies are making peace, while opposition backing down, while haters are recognizing, the blessing manifests. Isaiah 65 and 24 tells us this. Again, Isaiah 65, 24. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer. And while they are yet speaking, I will hear. Because that's what happened with Isaac on the same day, family. The same day we got water. That's the Most High working. That's how the blessings work in your life, family. You got to keep working. Standing up for righteousness. Stop cowering to people. Stop holding committees. Taking votes and polls. This is not a democracy. You either do what Yah says, get lost. Simple in that. Simple. If they ain't doing what Yah says, they start making excuses, time to cut ties. They show you a little bit resistance because you want to adhere to the Most High's laws. Cut them loose. Look at verse 33. And he called it Sheba. Permanent testimony, family. Watch this. Called it Sheba. Mark the oath. Name of the city. Public recognition unto this day. A lasting testimony. This is your legacy, Israel. You mark your victories that the Most High has given you. Establish your testimony like I am doing. I am doing that today. Building lasting monuments. Leave a record. That's what I'm doing with all these teachings. You see the growth. You see the transformation since I started last year. If you have kept up with me this far, you have seen the transformation from where I used to be to where I am now. That is me leaving a record. Anyone who listens to my videos will see the progression. They'll be like, dang. They'll see the progression. Psalm 78, 5 and 6. This will destroy anything about the law for everybody. For he established a testimony in Jacob. That says Jacob. That's 12 tribes. That's Israel. and appointed a law in Israel. He didn't say other nations here. The law is only Israel. Again, this is another scripture you can use on them heathen. When they say it's for everybody. Starting from the top. For he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers, that they should make them known to their children. That the generation to come, might know them, even the children which should be born, who should arise and declare them to their children. That's what we're supposed to do, family. Stop passing along generational curses and start passing along generational blessings. You'll be the stop to the curse and be a blessing to your children so they can be a blessing to their children. And so on and so forth. Stop living in the lies and deception. Stop being comfortable in these curses. Because a lot of people say, oh man, it's just the curses. That's just the curses. It don't have to be, brother. It don't have to be, sister. You can be the stop to the curse. Stop using these curses as an excuse to continue and wallow in sin and lies. We already showed you in Jeremiah. They have no profit, these lies. They don't profit you nothing. All you're doing is going to destroy yourself in the end when the Most High casts you out and destroy you for all eternity, never to be seen from or heard from again. Poof, be gone. Depart from me, you worker of iniquity. Do you want that to be you? Then stop being lazy and start actually doing the work. Stop being lukewarm. Stop being comfortable. Stop being complacent. Get your ass up and work. The Most High ain't raising up no couch potatoes. He is raising up warriors for Israel. Soldiers. If you do not want to do what he says, move aside and make room for someone who does. That's what I've learned being in this truth for 4 years. That's what I have learned. Majority of people ain't ready for prime time, family. They are not ready. They say they are, but their actions betray them every day. And they lie to themselves. I'm part of the remnant. I'm part of the remnant. While their actions say otherwise. More concerned with worldly foolishness than the truth of the Most High Yah. More concerned with their comfort than the justice that the Most High asks for. That's the obedience that he asks us to do. Or mandates us to do. So the pattern is clear, family. You keep your professional distance from these people, these enemies. Even your own people. Not just the heathen, even your own people. You maintain this strategic position. You continue working and you mark your testimony. Because when you stay focused on the work, family, keep digging the wells, maintain the proper distance, and trust the Most High's timing, the Most High going to confirm your position. He's going to manifest your provision, your blessing, establish your testimony, and secure your legacy. That's what I'm doing, family, right here, today, right now. I'm marking my testimony. I'm letting you know what's happening in my life so you can see the Most High working through me. I'm securing my legacy because he's going to manifest a blessing for me. I know he got a blessing for me. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I know it's coming. Why? Because I was obedient to him. Don't get too friendly with these enemies out here, family. Don't get distracted by peace talks or comfortable in victory. You keep digging them wells, building that testimony and marking them victories and trusting the Most High. And that's why Isaac's example hits different. He showed us how to handle success, how to deal with enemies, how to build legacy. But most of all, he taught us how to maintain separation. Can y'all do that? Can y'all do that? Can y'all maintain separation? Or do y'all love just being around all these worldly folks? Y'all love rubbing elbows with the heathen. If that's what the case is, then you go out there, have fun, get destroyed in the end. Do you, boo? So let's finish this bad boy up, 34 and 35, to see Esau done behind again. And it reads, Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beri, the Hittite, and Bashemath, the daughter of Elon, the Hittite, which were a grief of mine unto Isaac and Rebekah. Watch this foolishness. Look at this rebellious pattern. 40 years old, age of accountability. I'm almost 40. I'm 39. I'm going to be 39 next week. All praises and great glory. Y'all willing. He took to wife, made conscious choice. Hittite women outside the covenant. Grief of mind caused family distress. Deuteronomy 7, 3 and 4. We all know these. Neither shall thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, or unto thy son, for they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly. This is why Esau lost the blessing. Married outside the covenant, rejected family values, caused parental grief, despised his birthright. Some of y'all doing the same damn thing out there, marrying outside the faith. Even then, in this truth, you're marrying Israelites who don't even believe this book. There's a lot of Israelites who call themselves Israelites, but they don't even believe in these books. They believe in a lot of false doctrine. They read a lot of crazy books out there. They got a whole lot of false doctrine they believe in. Why would you unevenly yoke yourself to that? You are mixing with other nations. You see it all over social media. And they're posting, they're flaunting this sin. Flaunting it all over until the Most High destroy that marriage. Or have that heathen kill him. Causing family grief, because that's what you do when you marry out. You marry these other nations. People ain't going to come out and say it outright. But inside, they are grieving. And we're doing that. We are losing our inheritance. As Paul told us in 2 Corinthians 6 and 14. Be ye not unequally yoked with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness? Family. Look at the implications prophetically of this. Marriage, as we know, represents covenant. Esau broke covenant, rejected heritage, mixed with nations, lost blessing. And then he wanted to cry after it. Hittites represent worldliness, family, foreign customs, strange doctrine, pagan practices, spiritual death. That's what happens when you deal with somebody outside of the covenant. Malachi 2 and 11. Look at what it says here. Judah hath dealt treacherously, and an abomination is committed in Israel and in Jerusalem. For Judah hath profaned the holiness of the Lord, which he loved, and hath married the daughter of a strange god. This parental grief shows division, family. Split loyalty, broken fellowship, family discord, spiritual separation. That's what the Most High is trying to tell you. Spiritual separation. Why? Because he already told you that they are going to make you not follow the Most High no more. Turn away thy son from following me. Y'all better wake up, Israel. Stop mixing with the nations. Stop following strange customs. Stop causing family grief and start walking in covenant. Some of y'all are dating outside the faith, following these strange doctrines out there, mixing with other nations, losing your inheritance. The Most High said, keep the bloodline pure. People say, oh, that's racist. It's not racist. Because when the Most High was talking in Deuteronomy 7, he was talking about black people. Those Canaanites around them, those was black people. How's that racist? The Most High has called us a holy people to be set apart. We are above all nations, above the earth. That's why he wants us to only marry within each other. That's how you keep the bloodline pure. He told us to maintain separation, but we can't do that. We like being around all these worldly folks. We like it. We love it. We can't cut ourselves off from it. We enjoy it. We revel in Babylon. He told us to walk in covenant and preserve the heritage. Ezra 9:2. Ezra dealt with it. Ezra 9:2. For they have taken of their daughters for themselves and for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands. Yea, the hand of the princes and rulers hath been chief in this trespass. The top brass doing it. So if they doing it, everybody else gonna follow, right? That's how it works. Israel, don't be like Esau. Don't despise your birthright. Don't marry strange women or men. Don't mix with nations. Don't lose your blessings. Instead, walk in this covenant. Keep the bloodline pure. Honor your heritage. Maintain separation, because if you don't, you're going to lose the blessing. You'll lose or you'll cause family grief. You'll mix the bloodline. You'll end up like Esau, crying because you have been rejected. So listen up, family. Let me break this whole chapter down one last time and show you what the Most High is trying to tell us. This chapter is a blueprint. Number one, you got Isaac's walk. He stayed in the land during famine. He trusted the Most High's provision. He kept digging them wells and he maintained separation. But it also shows us the Most High's faithfulness. He multiplied his seed. He blessed his crops, protected his position, and kept the covenant. Because Psalm 105:8-9 says, he hath remembered his covenant forever. The word which he commanded to 1,000 generations. That means everlasting covenant, family. Which covenant he made with Abraham in his oath unto Isaac. But it also teaches us strategic diplomacy, family. How Isaac handled enemies with wisdom. How he kept professional distance. Made formal agreements. And he never compromised. That's the big one. A lot of our people are doing. We're compromising because we fear man over Yah. Stop compromising. And then you also seen Esau's rebellion. He married strange women, mixed with other nations, caused family grief, and he lost his blessing. Now look at your life, Israel. Some of y'all out there running from famine, mixing with nations, compromising your position, and losing your inheritance, while others, the true faithful remnant, are standing in faith, maintaining separation, building a legacy, walking in covenant, truly walking in covenant, not just saying it, but actually doing it. You know who y'all are. The message is clear, family. We stay in the land. We don't run from trials. We trust the Most High's provision for our blessings. We keep digging the wells, doing the work, maintaining our position. Handle opposition wisely. You keep that professional distance. You make strategic moves. You mark your territory and you preserve your inheritance that the Most High has for you. And you maintain separation. You don't mix with these nations. You keep the bloodline pure, you honor your heritage, and you walk in the covenant. Because Deuteronomy 7:6 says, for thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. Thy Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Israel, the pattern is set. Either you walking like Isaac or rebelling like Esau. Either you maintaining separation or losing your blessings. You make your choice. Stand in the land. Trust the Most High. Keep digging wells. Maintain the separation. Because if you don't, you're going to lose your blessing. You're going to mix your bloodline. You'll end up like Esau, causing your family grief. The Most High is not playing. This whole chapter has showed you how to walk in the covenant, how to handle your enemies, how to build legacy, how to keep the blessing. The time for playing games is over, family. Either you're walking in covenant, maintaining separation, building legacy, or you are losing your inheritance. The choice is yours. Like Captain Planet would say. And with that, I end my lesson. All praises and great glory to the Most High Yah for allowing me to give out this lesson and giving me the wisdom to impart upon your very ears this day. May you guys enjoy the rest of your Sabbath wherever you are on this earth. Continue trusting in the Most High. Continue maintaining that separation. Continue doing the work. Next Sabbath, we are doing Genesis 27. Long chapter, but real good. Real good. Y'all willing. Until then, family, y'all be easy. Y'all be blessed. I'll see you next time. Shalom.